The reality code, 9 secrets mystics used to bend reality, science finally proved it. They control reality. The real secret. 9 ancient codes. What if I told you that reality isn't fixed? What if the world you see, the life you live, the circumstances you experience are all malleable, changeable, controllable? What if mystics throughout history understood something about the nature of reality that science is only now beginning to prove? And what if you could learn to do it too? My name is your name, and today I'm going to reveal 9 secrets that will fundamentally change how you see reality itself. These aren't New Age fantasies. These are principles used by mystics for thousands of years, now validated by quantum physics, neuroscience, and documented cases of people who literally bent reality to their will. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some people seem to live in a different reality than everyone else. Why their luck is different, why opportunities find them, why the impossible becomes possible. This is Life's Secrets. Let's unlock the reality code. In 1909, a man named Neville Goddard was born in Barbados. By the time he died in 1972, he had influenced millions of people with a single, revolutionary idea. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and you will see it materialize in your world. Sounds simple, right? But what Neville understood, what he taught, what he proved over and over again was that reality is not objective. Reality is responsive. The world you experience is not happening to you, it's happening from you. And if you understand the code, you can change it. But Neville wasn't alone. The ancient Hermetists taught the same principle 5,000 years ago in Egypt. The Buddhist masters demonstrated it in Tibet. The yogis proved it in India. The Kabbalists encoded it in Jewish mysticism. And in 2022, quantum physicists at the University of California published a study that shook the scientific world. Observer effect is real. Consciousness affects physical reality. Not metaphorically, literally. Your observation, your focus, your consciousness collapses infinite possibilities into one specific reality. You're not just living in reality, you're CIATING it. Let me prove it to you. In 1961, a study was conducted at Harvard Medical School. 2 groups of patients with knee pain, same diagnosis, same severity. Group A received actual knee surgery. Group B received fake surgery. They were put under anesthesia, given incisions, but no actual procedure was done. The result? Both groups improved equally. The placebo group, who believed they had surgery, healed just as much as those who actually had surgery. Why? Because their consciousness expected healing, and reality responded. In 2018, a study at Stanford showed that people's physical endurance changed based on what they believed about their genetics. When told they had low endurance genes, their performance dropped 30%. When told they had high endurance genes, their performance increased 30%. Same people, same bodies, different belief, different reality. Your beliefs aren't just thoughts, they're reality-creating commands. Now let me show you the 9 secrets mystics use to program reality. Secret number 1, reality is a mirror. Ancient mystics taught this as the law of reflection. Modern quantum physics calls it observer-dependent reality. Here's the principle. The world you see is a perfect reflection of your inner state. Not sometimes, always. If you feel abundant inside, you'll see abundance outside. If you feel scarcity inside, you'll see scarcity outside. If you feel loved inside, you'll experience love outside. If you feel alone inside, you'll experience loneliness outside. This isn't about positive thinking. This is about the fundamental nature of reality. Neville Goddard said, the world is yourself pushed out. Every person you meet is reflecting something inside you. Every situation you encounter is showing you your own consciousness. Every circumstance is a mirror. Most people see problems in the world and try to change the world. Mystics see problems in the world and change themselves. Because they understand, change the inner and the outer changes automatically. Here's how to use this. For the next 7 days, whenever you encounter something you don't like, ask yourself, what inside me is being reflected right now? Are people disrespecting you? Where are you disrespecting yourself? Is money not flowing? Where are you blocking abundance internally? Are relationships failing? Where are you not loving yourself? The mirror never lies. Change what you see inside, and the reflection changes. This is the first code. Secret number 2, consciousness Precedes Form. The Hermetic principle states, the all is mind. Modern science calls this consciousness collapse. Here's what it means. Everything in physical reality existed as consciousness first. Before the chair you're sitting on was built, it existed in someone's mind. Before the phone you're holding was created, it existed as an idea. Before the building you're in was constructed, it existed as a blueprint in consciousness. Everything starts as thought, feeling, imagination. Then it becomes physical. This is how mystics create reality. They don't hope for things to appear. They create them in consciousness first. Then they wait for physical reality to catch up. Neville Goddard would spend hours in what he called imaginal acts. He would close his eyes and vividly imagine his desired reality as if it already existed. Not as a future event, as a present fact. He would feel it, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it. He would saturate his consciousness with the experience. And then, without fail, physical reality would conform to match his inner experience. This isn't visualization, this is consciousness creation. Here's the difference. Visualization says, I hope this happens in the future. Consciousness creation says, this is, now physical reality will reflect it. In 1948, Neville wanted to travel to Barbados to see his family, but he had no money, no passport, no way to travel. Instead of worrying, he spent every night imagining himself in Barbados, feeling the island breeze, seeing his family, being there now. Within 2 weeks, a series of coincidences led to him receiving a free ticket, expedited passport, and the trip manifested exactly as he imagined. This is the power of consciousness preceding form. Your job isn't to figure out how your desire will manifest. Your job is to establish it as fact in consciousness. Then reality bends to match. Every night before sleep, for 10 minutes, live in your desired reality in your imagination. Don't visualize wanting it, experience having it. Make it so real in consciousness that your brain can't tell the difference. Then release it and trust. This is the second code. Secret number 3, time is an illusion. Einstein proved this in 1905 with the theory of relativity. Mystics knew it 5,000 years earlier. Here's the secret. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously. Right now, there's a version of you that's already wealthy, successful, free, and living your dream life. That version exists, not in the future, now in a parallel probability. Quantum physics calls these parallel universes, or many worlds interpretation. Mystics call it infinite possibilities. Your job isn't to create your desired future. Your job is to select it from infinite possibilities and step into it. How? By assuming the state of being of that version of you. Neville called this revision. Here's how it works. If something undesirable happened today, before you sleep, revise it. Replay the event in your mind, but this time it goes the way you wanted. Vividly, emotionally, as if it actually happened that way. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between real memory and vividly imagined memory. By revising the past, you're selecting a different timeline, and reality will conform to your revision. Sounds insane, right? But studies on memory reconsolidation prove this works. Every time you recall a memory, your brain rewrites it. Mystics use this to literally change their past. And when you change your past, you change your present. Here's your practice. Tonight, before sleep, revise one event from today. Something that didn't go well, a conversation, a situation, an outcome. Replay it in your mind exactly how you wish it had gone. Feel the satisfaction, see the different result. Then release it. Watch what happens tomorrow. This is the third code. Secret number 4, feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard wrote an entire book with this title. Because it's the most important principle. You can visualize all day, you can affirm for hours, you can set intentions. But if you don't feel it, nothing changes. Why? Because reality responds to emotion, not thought. Your electromagnetic field, your energy signature, your vibration is determined by what you feel. When you feel abundant, you emit the frequency of abundance. When you feel lack, you emit the frequency of lack. The universe is a quantum field of infinite possibilities. Your emotional state is the tuning fork that selects which possibility becomes your reality. Think of it like a radio. If you're tuned to 95.5 FM, you can't hear 107.9 FM. If you're vibrating at the frequency of struggle, you can't experience ease. If you're vibrating at the frequency of lack, you can't experience abundance. You must feel the state you wish to experience. Not later, now. This is why gratitude is so powerful. Gratitude is the feeling of I have. When you feel grateful, you're vibrating at the frequency of having. And reality gives you more to be grateful for. This is why worry is so destructive. Worry is the feeling of something bad will happen. When you worry, you're vibrating at the frequency of disaster. And reality gives you more to worry about. Your feelings are reality-creating commands. Mystics master this by choosing their emotional state regardless of circumstances. Circumstances don't create feelings, consciousness creates feelings. You can feel abundant with $10 in your pocket. You can feel poor with $10 million in the bank. The feeling determines the reality, not the other way around. For the next 30 days, practice this. Every morning, before checking your phone, ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Then generate that feeling for no reason, just because you choose to. Feel abundant, feel loved, feel successful, feel free. Hold that feeling as long as you can. Watch your reality transform. This is the fourth code. Secret number 5, assumption Hardens into fact. This is the most powerful principle Neville Goddard ever taught. Here's the law. Whatever you assume to be true, regardless of current evidence, will harden into fact if you persist in the assumption. Let me say that again. Whatever you assume to be true becomes true. Not hope, not wish, assume. Assumption means this is whether I see evidence or not. In 1943, Neville wanted to be honorably discharged from the military. His commanding officer said it was impossible. But Neville assumed it was already done. Every night he imagined sleeping in his own bed as a civilian. He felt the relief. He lived in the assumption of it is done. Within weeks, through a series of improbable events, he was honorably discharged. Because assumption hardens into fact. Here's why this works. Your subconscious mind is the creative power that manifests your reality. But it doesn't distinguish between true and false. It only accepts whatever you persistently assume. If you assume you're broke, your subconscious creates circumstances that match. If you assume you're wealthy, your subconscious creates circumstances that match. The assumption is the seed, reality is the harvest. Most people assume based on what they see. I see lack, therefore I am lacking. Mystics assume based on what they choose. I assume abundance, therefore I will see abundance. One is a slave to circumstances, the other is a creator of reality. Stop assuming based on evidence. Start assuming based on desire. Assume your wish is already fulfilled. Live from the end, not for the end. This week, choose one thing you desire. Then assume it's already done. How would you feel if it was already yours? How would you walk, talk, think? Assume that state, don't break the assumption. Watch reality conform. This is the fifth code. Secret number 6, everyone is you pushed out. This is the most mind-bending principle, and the one that gives you the most power. Here's the truth. Every person in your life is a reflection of your consciousness. Not metaphorically, literally. The way people treat you is a direct reflection of how you see yourself. If you believe people respect you, they will. If you believe people help you, they will. If you believe people betray you, they will. They have no choice. Because they're not acting from their own free will, they're acting out your assumption about them. Neville proved this over and over. A woman came to him saying her husband was cruel and abusive. Neville told her, stop seeing him as cruel, see him as loving, assume he adores you. She protested, but he is cruel, I see it every day. Neville said, you see what you assume, change the assumption. She committed to seeing her husband as loving, kind, and devoted. Every time he was cruel in reality, she revised it in her mind to him being loving. Within weeks, his behavior completely changed. He became the loving husband she had assumed him to be. Did he change, or did her assumption change her reality? Both. Because everyone is you pushed out. This means you have total power over every relationship. You don't need to convince people, you need to convince yourself of who they are. Your boss treats you poorly, change your assumption about them. Your clients don't pay, change your assumption about their abundance. Your family doesn't support you, change your assumption about their support. Everyone conforms to your assumption. This week, pick one person in your life. Decide who they are to you, regardless of evidence. Are they supportive, loving, generous, helpful? Assume it, don't argue with contrary evidence. Just assume. Watch them transform before your eyes. This is the sixth code. Secret number 7, the Sabbath principle. This is the secret of letting go. Most people fail at reality creation because they try to force it. They visualize, affirm, obsess, worry, check for evidence, and try to make it happen. That's the energy of lack, and lack creates more lack. Mystics understand the Sabbath principle. After you plant the seed in consciousness, you rest. You let go, you trust, you cease from labor. The Bible says God created the world in 6 days, then rested on the 7th. This is symbolic of the creative process. 6 days conscious creation, imagining, assuming, feeling. 7th day rest, release, trust, knowing it is done. Most people skip the 7th day. They plant the seed, then dig it up every day to check if it's growing. And they kill the manifestation. Neville taught, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, then drop it. Don't obsess, don't check, don't worry. Know it is done and move on. The universe needs space to work. Your job is to plant the seed in consciousness. The universe's job is to make it physical. Don't interfere. In 1950, Neville wanted to move to a specific house. He imagined sleeping in that house every night for a week. Then he completely dropped it, stopped thinking about it, let it go. 2 months later, the house became available through circumstances he never could have orchestrated. Because he planted the seed, then rested. This week, after you do your imaginal act, practice the Sabbath. Say, it is done. I rest in the knowledge that my desire is fulfilled in consciousness. The outer world will conform. Then let it go. Trust the process. This is the 7th code. Secret number 8, persistence conquers all. Here's the harsh truth. Most people give up right before the breakthrough. They visualize for a week, nothing changes, they quit. They assume for a month, evidence contradicts them, they give up. Mystics persist. Neville said, persistence in assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret. Not trying once, persisting. Why? Because sometimes physical reality takes time to catch up with consciousness. The seed doesn't sprout the day you plant it. But it is sprouting, underground, invisibly. If you dig it up to check, you kill it. If you keep watering it, it will break through. Your job is to persist in the assumption until physical reality reflects it. No matter how long it takes. No matter what evidence suggests. Persist. In 1959, a man came to Neville broke and desperate. Neville taught him to assume wealth every single night. For 6 months, nothing changed. The man almost gave up. Neville told him, persist. Your assumption is a seed. Keep watering it. In month 7, an opportunity appeared. Within a year, the man was wealthy. Not because he got lucky in month 7. Because he persisted for 7 months. The breakthrough was inevitable. Most people quit at month 3, or week 2, or day 5. Mystics persist until reality bends. And it always bends if you persist. Your commitment this month. Choose one assumption about your reality. I am wealthy. I am loved. I am successful. I am free. Assume it every day for 30 days minimum. Don't break the assumption. Don't let evidence sway you. Persist. This is the 8th code. Secret number 9. You are the operant power. This is the ultimate truth. The final revelation. The secret that sets you free. Ready. You are God in your reality. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally. You are the creative force. You are the power that determines what appears. You are the consciousness that selects from infinite possibilities. There is no external God controlling your life. There is no fate, no destiny, no luck. There is only you, your consciousness, your assumptions, your imagination. You are the operant power. Neville said, stop asking God for things. You are God in your world. Command it to be. This is the secret mystics know that gives them total freedom. Most people see themselves as victims of reality. Things happen to them, life is random, they're powerless. Mystics see themselves as creators of reality. Things happen from them, life responds to them, they're all-powerful. When you realize you are the operant power, everything changes. You stop begging, you start commanding. You stop hopping, you start knowing. You stop waiting, you start creating. This doesn't mean you ignore action. It means you take action from the state of knowing, not hopping. This doesn't mean you're arrogant. It means you're responsible. If you are the creator, then everything in your life is your creation. the good and the bad. Accept it, own it, then create something better. You're not waiting for permission. You're not hopping for miracles. You are the miracle. Starting today, speak to your reality as the creator. I command abundance into my experience. I decree success in my endeavors. I establish love in my relationships. Not asking, commanding. Because you are the operant power. This is the 9th code. Now let me warn you about something critical. These 9 codes work absolutely, perfectly every time. But they require something most people aren't willing to give. Total commitment. You can't dabble in this, you can't try it out. You either commit fully or you fail. Because your subconscious mind is always listening. If you assume wealth on Monday but doubt on Tuesday, you've cancelled the creation. If you feel abundant in the morning but lack in the evening, you've contradicted the command. Your consciousness must be consistent. This is why most people fail, not because the principles don't work, but because they don't persist in the assumption. They let circumstances dictate their inner state. Mystics let their inner state dictate circumstances. You now have the 9 codes. You now understand how reality works. You now have the power to bend it to your will. The question is, will you use it? Or will you go back to being a victim of circumstances? The choice is yours. But know this. Once you see the code, you can't unsee it. Your life will never be the same. Here's your activation protocol. The exact 7-day practice to integrate these 9 codes into your consciousness. Day 1, the mirror. Spend the entire day observing reality as a mirror. Every person, every situation, ask, what is this reflecting about me? Journal your insights. Day 2, consciousness CREATS. Choose one desire, spend 20 minutes creating it in consciousness, make it vivid, feel it as done, then release it. Day 3, revise the past. Before sleep, revise one negative event from your past. Replay it how you wish it had gone, emotionally, vividly, let it become the new memory. Day 4, feeling is the secret. All day practice feeling your desired state, regardless of circumstances. Feel abundant, feel loved, feel successful, hold the feeling. Day 5, assumption. Choose one assumption about yourself. I am wealthy, assume it all day, don't break it, no matter what evidence appears. Day 6, everyone is you pushed out. Choose one person, assume they are exactly who you want them to be, supportive, loving, helpful, see only that version. Day 7, the Sabbath. Rest, do nothing, know it is done, trust completely, cease from labor. Repeat this 7-day cycle for 4 weeks. Your reality will be unrecognizable by day 28. Not because the world changed, because you changed. And the world is you pushed out. Before I end, I need to share the ultimate secret. The one thing that makes all of this effortless. Are you ready? You don't need to do any of this. You already are all of this. You were born as pure creative consciousness. A child doesn't doubt, a child doesn't limit, a child creates fearlessly. Then society taught you limits, taught you doubt, taught you you're powerless. But it was all a lie. You never lost your power, you just forgot it. These 9 codes aren't teaching you something new. They're reminding you of what you always were. You are consciousness. You are the creator. You are the operant power. You always have been. Welcome home. If this video shattered your old reality and opened you to a new one, do 3 things. First, subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week, I reveal secrets that will continue expanding your consciousness and your power. This is Life Secrets. You're now part of the awakening. Second, share this with someone ready to wake up, Not everyone is ready, but you know someone who is. Send them this link. Third, comment, I am the creator below. That's your declaration, your commitment, your acceptance of your true power. When you write those words, you're stepping into a new reality. 7 days from now, come back and tell me what shifted. 30 days from now, tell me what manifested. Because it will. Not because I said so. Because you are the operant power. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, remember, you are not in reality. You are reality. Create wisely.